ages ago. I know, 30,000 years later, where is this, dimwit? Well, here I is, finally. So, since I had a moment, I figured I might as well kind of share the topics that I have planned and I've already started working on. For those of you that decide to be my favorite people in the world and decided to get the membership on my channel, which if you do, I'll send you chocolate. No, I won't really send you chocolate because that's a lot of addresses and a lot of headache. Not that I won't do it, it's just keep it simple, stupid, so less headache I get. But anyway, so pretty much here are the subjects I have. I'm just starting up my diffuser, so bear with me for a few shakes. So be good Muggles, you're here. I don't know why I decided to call you guys Muggles, but oh well. Final Fantasy reference. There we go. Okay, hello Kayla, hello Ethan, and Lua. Okay, so this is what I've got so far. I've got one. Get this out of my life. Oh well, but I'm here now, so woo! I'm gonna try and do 3,000 things at once, so my K2 and Gemini is gonna be going crazy. Literally. But anyway, so on my. I really don't care about what you have to say, computer. Stick it and piss it. Can we, brighten up a little bit? No, not me. I hate the sun. But anyway, as I was saying, this is what I've got planned, and I already got at least one video put up on the. Where the heck? There. I already got one video put up for the members already. The first one that I have, and it's actually the one that has the video, is actually regarding necromancy and doing it the proper, correct way, and not the way that some people are like, oh, just go up to any dead person and then just force them to do what you want. None of that crap. No, sorry, if I'm teaching you how to do necromancy, you're going to be doing it the way that hell pretty much held me at my neck and said, you're going to do it like this, or you're going to do it like this. And I better not catch you doing it the other way because you may not move afterwards. True story. But anyway, so there's necromancy. There then is the actual having and building relationships with divine beings such as Lilith, Hera. You get the idea. Any divine being actually helping teach how to initiate those relationships. But then again, depending on which deity it is, but I'll get into more in that when that comes around. And how to like set up an altar space. Same thing goes with the necromancy one too. That one also will have an altar space. And then hold on. I keep thinking I keep hearing somebody scream. I keep hearing somebody scream. I'm gonna grab my shiny road. What I was saying, and I'm just gonna ignore it then. And actually have another one about starting to read the tarot. And I'm actually going to be talking about really just the simplistic, the simple, easy Rider-Waite Smith, just to keep it generic, and also how to read intuitively. I'm not going to teach you by the book definitions of this, like the world, something ending, so something new can begin. No, I'm gonna, of course, with the Rider-Waite Smith to start off, I will be kind of like barely touching the the generic, like the very generic for the Rider Smith. That's not going to be the focus. The focus is actually going to be able to take a deck, like you go from Rider Smith to say Dark Angels. I'm actually going to teach you how to intuitively read it from having what these cards mean, and then having this deck with the same cards, technically, but the meanings are completely different. Like how this lovers can be like two people having to come through an obstacle in order to find one another and connect with one another. But with the Dark Angels, that one can be telling about like how sometimes the lovers sometimes may involve more than one person because the lovers on that in this deck actually has four people on the card, just like really teaching who how to really intuitively pick up and read differently for each deck. Because for me and how I was taught, that's how you should read, not be generic like, well, this card means this in this deck, and how this is how the textbook says. No, because the card has a different image on it and it speaks differently. Then from there, astrology. And believe me, that one's probably going to be the largest one. And I already have a system already set up in place and already all planned out for that one. Next one, the botanical sciences and actually making, like for an example, if you're going to be wanting to learn how to make your oil mixes, magical oil mixes, or just essential oil mixes to like actually use for specific reasons for your skin. I'll be showing how to do that, but also mixing certain plants together to make a certain kind of intention become supported more, and also how to actually connect with a plant. Like for an example, say, come here, you. Yeah. Like say, if don't hit me in the head, rude. Say if you want to actually connect to an orchid, I'll actually show you how to connect with an orchid. Like really connect with it, so that way you can actually see what it does for you. Because what a plant does for you may be completely different from me. But minor note, keynote. If a plant's poisonous, it's still going to be poisonous to you. So don't, if I show you what oleander is, and I tell you don't touch it, that doesn't mean, oh, I can't get sick. Grab. No, a different. That's like an exception to the rule. As well as how getting more specific on like how a certain plant, like for example lavender, can have so many intentions with it, but getting to plant specifics, but that's be a general idea I have for that. As well as the carrier oils that you can use, like coconut, jojoba, castor, safflower, B12, olive, avocado. You get the idea. And then we're going to go a scoochie over here, Alfredo, about using these cutie little things, stones and crystals, and how to actually connect to them, how to actually use them and not be all, how come you're not doing anything? To actually really understand, to actually how to connect, use, bring in the energy, push out the energy, even like really, like how I did on that one live stream, to actually cleanse them by just putting it in the palm of your hand and then just pushing the energy out. You're right. And here I even demonstrate because a lot of people like to watch me do that for some reason. Okay, so quick, quick side adventure, real quick. So here is no, here is Alfredo, the Kunzite. Okay, you see how he looks right now. Okay, see how he looks? Perfect. Keep that in mind. Now take a look at him again. Doesn't he appear a little bit more brighter than he was before? Does he look a bit brighter? I think he does. He wasn't that bright. Mm-hmm. See? That's what happens when you actually know how to connect to a stone and pull out the BS from it. See? I'll show you how to do that too. And all I did was just pull the energy in and pull all the negative energy in and just meh with it. And also how to combine certain stones, crystals, and metals together to actually have them work in unison instead of them butting heads, like making grids and having them be put together like on a piece like this. Because each piece that I make, for an example, each crystal is there for a certain reason and it actually flows with each other. It's not on there because, oh, that looks cute and pretty. No, it took some time to actually plan this out. Back in the G Trend necklace, I'm thinking about it. Next one is actually using and actually understanding how to incorporate the elements in your working, in your occult practice. And you're thinking, just like fire, water, air, and earth. Yep, just like that, but differently though. We're not just going to be limiting it to that much. We're going to be incorporating also ice, lightning, or electric, which is essentially fire and air. We're also going to incorporate um, like nature, plant life on top of it too, as well as steam, which is water and fire, lava, which is fire and earth. You get the idea. It's incorporating elements and the elements I mix together, and also, funny enough, including metal. If we're going to be going as far as including like how the Chinese have their elements too, metal is one of theirs. There it is. Like where the heck did that one go? As well as the directions will be included in that too. And then from there, pretty much that's what I have on top of my head right now and written down. So if there's any other suggestions, if you're wanting to actually have a certain subject be put in there for me to go on, I mean, now's the time to tell me and let me know. Or if you're watching this lovely replay 3,000 years into the future, just put it in the comments below. So that way I know, and I will be looking back just to see any new suggestions, yay, nay, or meh. And yeah, I guess we'll just keep it as simple to that. Using frequencies like certain sounds, like a sound frequency. Is that what you meant? Like a certain frequency at a certain amount of hertz. That I'm not really that experienced in, and since I'm not really experienced in that, I don't want to be preaching what I don't know and teaching what I don't know. But I do know this though. I will say this: certain hertz of sound and like sound waves at a certain amount of hertz, they do influence to a certain degree based on the number, but I'm not fully comfortable in teaching something I'm not 100% on. So if I'm not 100%, I'm not I'm not going to be putting myself in a situation to make myself look stupid. And someone say that's not how it is. You're teaching the wrong thing. You're being stupid. Yeah, I don't want that to happen. In all due respect, but that is a subject that I do need to get more versed in. So that I'll keep in mind, and in the future, if I learn more about it and if I pick it up and understand it, then yeah, I'll incorporate it. Because there's many things I know and there's many things I don't know. That's one of the things I don't know. So one of the few people to admit stuff like that. If I don't know it, I have no idea how to do it, and I'm not gonna say and spew BS because I'd rather get pushed off a cliff than spew BS. I'm gonna remake these things because the string is just meh. So that was pretty much really the focus of this video, but I will leave it to open for open questions. And oh, another thing too, I just had another. Oh, I just also bought this. I bought this mic, and as soon as I plugged it in, it said error, can't recognize the thing in the device. And then I looked it up to see what happens. It said that it was corrupt. So this thing is completely useless, and I spent about $70 on this thing, which was like, okay, way to mess me up financially, you stupid piece of crap. But oh well. So really, if any time at any given moment, if a super chat or or even if you do get a membership thing, please, that would be so helpful because that took a big chunk of my financial thing. But oh well, because yeah, I mean, even now, it's like, oh, life is getting more and more strenuous. But oh well, it is what it is. But I mean, YouTube can be a little bit what Chrome. Hmm. Usually, you can kind of tell. Hold on. Oh well, no wonder it's not working because it's not plugged in. Okay, my Gemini and whoa, just don't mind my Gemini K2 just taking over and doing 3,000 things at once. Don't mind them. Okay, Chrome is. I got the mic actually fun enough off of Amazon, brand new. Plugged it in and says and was saying configuring microphone device. And then as soon as it said setup complete, it said um, invalid input can not recognize the device. And then I looked it up, what the specific error message it was saying. It was saying corrupt. So then I'm like, screw this thing. Wanted to throw it, but I'm like, okay, well I can at least make a nice file. So now Chrome. Okay, so um, Chrome is Chrome. Yeah, I did. It was like max 5 stars. I'm like, yay, good. And that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna stick with what I got. Chrome is short for the chemical element chromium. It is the first elemental group in number 6, steel gray, lustrous, hard, and brittle. And it's an additive in stainless steel and anti-corrosive. So, so right there, chrome, and it's anti-corrosive. So it's anti-BS because corrosive is something that's being talking toxic and it's degrading, pulling down in value. It's making something sickening and weaker. Well, anti-corrosive, anti-BS, anti-influenceable. While planet is pretty much the one that you cannot hate these things. So she just said battery low again. I just charged you. It is what it is. But I mean, I'll contact the manufacturer and see what happens. But meh. I mean, it's been worse. I've actually had somebody before scam me out of like a lot of money. But it's okay. I got my just desserts because I got my money back. And yeah, they kind of got cursed. I don't want to be talking about that mainly because I don't like talking about the people that I hit upside the head with a not really hit upside the head, but you get the idea. I don't really like recalling the incidents where I had to go at somebody, be like, "Oh, you think you're gonna cause damage to me? You think you're cutesy?" Well, if I hear you like having bad luck for a few years. But anyway, chromium. hmm Chromium again is anti-corrosive. So right there, if it's something that can't be influenced, it can't be decayed, it can't suffer. It's rebellious because chrome is rebelling against corrosive. Saturn, metal. Saturn is actually a representation of metal, iron, steel. And oh, look at that. Steel is also an additive in stainless steel. Saturn actually has a dominion over steel, metal. And bada booski. There you go. So, yes, I would say chrome would be Saturnium because also that rebellious quality of like, nope, don't want your BS. Nope, nope, you ain't gonna make me sick. Nope, don't want it. Nope. Why don't you go give it to that, sun guy that's flaming too much? I think, he needs to pipe down, get him sick. Because anti is like rebelling against. No, none of it. Saturn is a rebellious planet with the ring system because his ring system deflects pretty close to 33% of the light that's casted by the sun. Yeah, he deflects that much percentage back and away from him. He's rebellious for that reason. And also durable. 6. Okay, so I need to put, I have 6 of those each for that new one I'm going to redo. Sit still, you black bag. Thank you, now sit there. Okay, so with opalite. Well, opalite, believe it or not, does have opal in it. So let me see here. We have a Saturnian, which is anti-corrosive. Anti-corrosive with, it's a man-made opalescent glass and various opal and moonstone simulants. Simulants. Is argon, sea opal, opal moonstone, promote virtues of veracity and colored opal. Is a man from glass. So opalite's glass. And it may, see here. Okay. It's an artificially man-made stone created from glass to resemble opals. Natural opalite is very rare, so like having natural occurs in opalized. I did not ask you to give me a numerology reading. Rude. It's natural opalite is rare and occurs in opalite's volcanic ash in Africa and Brazil. Mineral dolomite and metal. Well, since opalite is a man-made stone, usually most common opalite, like this for example. Here's my moon necklace. There it is. Like the opalite right there on this necklace piece, more than likely that's man-made. Now here's the thing about opalite. Any crystal that's either one, man-made, like opalite, or two, any crystal that has a quality to it that is not really. Yep, you beat me to it. You beat me to it. Now, do you know why it's Aquarius? Do you know why opalite's an Aquarius stone? Okay, take a guess, Caleb. Well, not because just for that reason, but Aquarius is the sign of also innovation. And since also Aquarius is also the sign of like, because it's being ruled by Saturn and also Rahu, and Rahu is the shadow planet that's like pretty much is the taboo of the society, the one that likes to break the social norm and all that. So opalite is a man-made stone, not by nature, and usually crystals and gemstones, they're naturally made by the earth. So when you bring an opalite, a man-made stone, to naturally made crystals, it's like you're different. You're not like us, are you? You see that kind of sense of like um, being outside the norm of the crystal world. But there's also another one. Whenever you have a stone like this star garnet, I'm gonna hope it picks up with the lighting, but just like it has that little reflective effect, right there, like right, like you can barely see it, like how it goes, like right there. like right there and there, like with that reflective quality right there. That's actually just how because of the stone's cut, but not because since usually natural garnet won't do that unless it is polished and fine-tuned every time with this piece. This piece likes to jump, but as I was saying, because of since how it's doing that sheen effect to it, because man actually influenced it to be like that based on how it was like tumbled down and focused on. Yeah, but I mean, I kind of can't do that because my phone is what I'm using to record. But this stone, this garnet, is an Aquarius stone because it has that star effect on it. It's not just a Mars stone; it's an Aquarius stone for that reason. Like if you have a star ruby, a star sapphire, a star rose quartz, which exists, those are all Aquarius stones because they're different than the normal typical stone of its kind. It's a it's a stone influenced by man that it's behaving differently, if that makes sense. So now you're taking opalite, a man-made stone, with chrome. The pretty much the like an outlaw stone with an Aquarius stone with a planet that's Rose Aquarius, Saturn. You're putting two Saturnian things together. They work perfectly because they're the same. They have the same corresponding ruler planet, so it works beautifully. There's an example. But now say if you take something like copper, which is Venus, is ruled by Venus. You take copper and you put it with kunzite. It's going to work together because both of those are Venus-related materials. Same thing with rose quartz and copper. Even also malachite, believe it or not. But malachite is it's a really fiery, feisty little thing. And don't get me wrong, I love me my malachite when I need to use it, but after when I don't need it anymore, don't want it anywhere near me, yeah, it's like, okay, little guy, stop flaming at me. Stop making me want to table flip my deep-rooted emotions. No more of that. So anyway, see here, we're gonna go make it like this now. This thing saying battery low randomly makes me almost jump 5,000 feet in the air every bloody time. Okay, now they just both died. So I'm gonna do this. Okay, can you hear the sound of my voice? Yay, name. I hope so. If not, I'm gonna be agitated because YouTube somehow does not know how to like. I guess it can't change midstream. Cupcake. Do you not know milkshake? You're going backwards. There you go, you dimwit. Ugh. Oh, wow, that's a pain in the tush. What was it? Blue goldstone's also a Saturnian one too. Because sandstone, goldstone, Saturnian. Because no, it's an Aquarius stone because man made it. So anything that's man-made, man-influenced, there you go. Hmm. To start, I'm going to take all these stones that I do not need out of here, so that way I won't get them all confused and mixed up. Oh, and I'm also having the thought in my head before it decides to run away and laugh at me. I'm also contemplating on writing another book. I already have one book written, and it's on Lulu. It's actually all about Saturn, like the ins and outs of it in astrology, and kind of understanding how his demeanor is, and you can stop, hissy fitting at him and calling him like the biggest troll in the world. Actually, not in the world, the biggest troll in existence. And actually have you get a deeper understanding, and then you come to realize, oh, I want this old guy near me all the time now because he's just so great. Well, try telling you. The only pain in the tush about having so many stones and like crystal and quartz beads and all these gemstone beads is this like, oh my god, what kind of stone is this? Hold on. Let me break my neck trying to have the light hit it just right so that way I know what it is. Well, that's what they said about, the occult science and, having so many subjects and so many details and minor things you can get your head wrapped around. Occult science, they said. It would be fun, they said. Working with crystals and gemstones. Would be fun, that they said, but now I'm like, oh, I found out that the stone's not real. It was man-made and it was a fake one. Oh, no, well, I'm thinking about it too. If a stone is dyed, for an example, right? If a stone, like an agate, is dyed, if it's injected color, same thing with jade, don't matter. If a stone is colored by man, or whomever have you, if it's been influenced at all by man, it is an Aquarius stone. If a stone is not natural, it is an Aquarius stone. It doesn't matter what color it is. Because that stone has now gone against the norms of the other crystals. It's like, what happened to you? You got your hair... Oh, yeah, of course. Since when do rocks have, weaves to color? But pretty much when a stone is not, it's pretty much transformed because of man's influence. Even if it's like the types of aura quartz, like angel aura quartz, that gives it a shiny bam flare to it, I think. Same thing with electric plated quartz. Well, it's still plated by man and, influenced that way. So it is an Aquarius stone. It's against the norms of society and it's progressive. It's like a cyborg stone. That's a bit of an odd thing to compare it to, but we'll go with it. So, that is a blue aventurine. Yes, there is such thing as a blue aventurine. There's also an orange one. There's not just a green one. There's also, I believe, a pink one, too. A red one. Yeah. There's also the same thing as like a white sapphire, a yellow sapphire, a red sapphire, which is ruby, technically. Pink sapphire. I already said yellow. Yeah. Surprisingly. Now, okay, perfect. Blue goldstone has, copper, so actually, since blue goldstone has the copper element to it, it's an Aquarius stone that also has supportive Venus behind it because copper is a Venus element. So you have essentially Aquarius and Venus together. And since it's man-made, again with the other Aquarius part. So you have Saturn and Venus together in the goldstone. So, as an example, like this thing, wait, is that? Yeah, so like this thing. This is a Scoochie Utushi. No, not really. This thing right there, see the little glistening things? If that's who I think it is, let me take a look. Because I got a feeling I might know who that is. How do you spell that? Okay. Oh, I think I know who this is. Oh, yeah, it's that guy. That fertility divine that, he likes to point at everything. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say.
I didn't tell that guy to speak. I'm gonna say that guy... My good sir, it is a shame to be you because I don't think anybody is going to be able to catch you at all. Oh, poor guy. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand and heck, okay, we're going to be a little bit like, we're all ladies here, kind of. So, if you're not a lady, well, deal with it. You are one now. Well, I mean, either way, when I saw, what he what he was named after, I'm like, no, thank you. I'm a size queen and all, but no, sorry, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna work. So, sorry, Tootsie. I hate to break it to you, but that ain't gonna. No, that's not gonna work. But anyway, so what you wanted to know about him? How do you work with him? I don't know. I haven't gone towards him because I'm like, no, thank you. But even then, too, the deities and the divines I go towards are usually most of the time always feminine anyway. Wait a minute, you're not an Onyx, you're an imposter. Oh. But yes, I have heard of him. Do I want to work with him? Primarily, most likely, Because I'm afraid if I even go towards him, no. Just me personally, I really haven't found, like, 100%. How do I put this? I'm essentially drawn to more of the goddess divines more than the masculine. And the only reason why I can say that is, the best to put it, for whatever reasons unknown to me, get in the hole. Wow. Thank you. The closest thing that I got is because probably being, one of the magical flamer things that, I am. It's a joke, calm down. That was offensive. No, it's only offensive because you said it was offensive to you. And if it's offensive to you, I don't care because that's not my problem. But, whoops. True story, though. It's probably because most of the time, at least for me, I have to be able to look up to a certain divine being. And usually, at least for me, the male masculine ones, they kind of have to step it up a notch. Like, for an example, I would not approach Zeus. No. I would not go towards him. In fact, I wouldn't even look his direction. For probably wondering, but why is that? Simple. I need to have the capability of being able to look up to Zeus. Well, a problem though. When you're a divine being, going behind your queen's or wife's back, that doesn't sit well with me. I'm sorry, I can't respect you. Sorry, I just can't do it. Not that I'm opposed to, if you wanted to work with me, I'm not opposed to it. It's just that, again, that's not helping his standing towards me, in my viewpoint at least. That's just me. And Gordon. Yes. You know, cars nowadays, they're starting to sound odd and weird. But who do I know? But who do I know? I don't even like using cars and driving motorized vehicles. Because they cost a lot of money to maintain and keep going, and it's a headache. I mean, you know, if I could, you know, if I could just magically grow wings and fly, I would. But you know, that's not realistic. That's impractical. So nope. Yes, absolutely, Lua. Absolutely, because you know that Jezebel is believed to be one of Lilith's incarnations. Bet you didn't know that one, did you? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. True story. But now here's the thing, though. When working with Jezebel, or the Jezebel spirit, hold on. There's that idea of you know, having the aspect of being I don't even like saying the word because it makes my mouth feel like rough. Get the soap and wash my mouth after saying something so vile. But the Jezebel spirit is known to be, well, I mean, like the intention with Jezebel is to pretty much either be one to woozy, kind of like woozy woo a really rich man into giving you whatever you deem fit. It also can be used to attract more wealth in a way that's intimidating. It's also used to get more clientele to service, if you catch my drift. But now here's the thing. That line of work, if it's being done because it's trying to survive and not do it just because needing to feel like some kind of connection, like you're needing to rely on someone else to make you feel complete, that's not the way that love goes about it that way. In fact, she's like, really? No. I don't need nobody to make me feel like myself at my best point. True story. The better way of going about it is saying, you know, this is a line of work I enjoy, and because I enjoy doing it, I'm going to keep doing it for myself. But I also have my limitations, and I have my boundaries put up, and I'm putting my limitations and respect number one over everything else. If somebody doesn't like it, well, they can get, you know, pushed off a cliff. That is going about it in a Lilithian way, the proper way, and how it should be. No ifs, ands, or buts, or tushies about it, but nonetheless. And Jezebel also can be, the intention can also afflict the Jezebel curse, if you deem fit. But really, to be technical, if you want to be doing that kind of curse anyway, it's essentially really you're just I haven't done the Jezebel curse, so I can't really say that much, but the Jezebel root is actually really a potent herb. I mean, a potent root you can use as an option. But you can kind of get the same general effect. Hold on. Trying to make sure these things are all linked correctly and synced correctly. Otherwise, my OCD is going to be like, really again? Okay. Right. Tie that together. How big is that going to be? Definitely not big enough. So we're going to have to keep it. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. But the Jezebel root actually contains the properties of Jezebel herself. Now, again, Jezebel. Who's Jezebel? Some people will say that Jezebel was a horrible, evil, vile woman, queen, that pretty much like caused immense harm to the Gentiles and all that stuff. But on my channel, you know how it is. I'm like, we're not gonna just be looking at the malefic side and the, oh god, the painful, hurt my feelings side. No. No. We look at things much deeper and see it for it is what it is. So Jezebel was a queen. That did not let anybody stop her from getting what she wanted. So much that she didn't care what she had to do to somebody. If she had to cripple somebody standing and cause them pain and suffering and damage to get to where she wanted to be, screw it. She did it. Is it bad? Maybe. But in her eyes, if she has a goal that she wants to obtain, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get your want, even if you gotta be like giving somebody a trip. And the only thing that I can say is, sometimes you have to put yourself first. And your happiness, technically, you in your life come first. And if you're not happy, and if you want to get what you want, and even though it may not be the most moralistic way of getting it, but you can get it a certain way. Sometimes you do what you have to do to get what you want, and you have to get your sense of fulfillment and happiness met however you can. But then, realistic reason. If you can avoid being painful, try to. But if you can't, and you want to get whatever you want, however you deem fit to get it, then do what you gotta do for it. You're not here to be all like, oh, I can't believe, you threatened to blackmail him just to get that expensive ring from him. Well, if you wanted that ring from him, well, sometimes you do what you gotta do. It is what it is. Did it work? Yeah. Did the guy, that you were getting the ring from think you were gonna be somebody to ever talk to again? Probably not. But it doesn't matter, you got the ring you wanted. And that's pretty much the goal intent. And also Jezebel's spirit can be also incorporated to, how do I put this, to essentially intimidate and also strike terror and fear into someone to force them to do something, dominate somebody. But primarily the Jezebel intent and spirit altogether, it's best if it's usually a man being targeted and afflicted by it and swung at with the intent, because usually Jezebel actually took out the way that I think it was an heir to a throne that was a male, and somehow took his standing and she became queen instead of him. I can't remember the story about her, but usually Jezebel, the whole intention as a whole, is best if it's if you're targeting a male with it, usually, most of the time. But I mean, Jezebel as well, again, you gotta keep in mind, was also known as a queen. Yep, but nonetheless, it still stands though. She still was a queen. So, what do we know about the queen and queens? This goes for any queen. It don't matter background, where they yielded from, their standing and where they ruled in. What do we know about a queen? You never tell a queen no. You never defy a queen either. You don't. You don't do it. Even the king doesn't tell the queen no. You know why? Because, if he doesn't have a queen, he doesn't have a reason to do that. If he doesn't have a queen, really, technically, he doesn't have the will, technically, or he doesn't have a reason to live. Because without a queen, he feels alone, and without anything, he doesn't feel complete. But now take it the reverse. If you have a queen without a king, she does just fine. A queen doesn't need a king. She doesn't. Because really what the king does for the queen is make getting what she wants easier. But if the king defies the queen, well, sucks to be him. True story. It's also exactly why, in games like chess, the queen is the most potent and the most dangerous piece in the whole game, because she can go wherever she wants to and move in any way she wants to. It's also the most powerful piece for that reason. Actually, funny enough, speaking of chess, I remember when I used to play chess. The way that I played chess back then was so different than everybody else who ever played it, from who I played it against. I actually used the king and actually threw my king out, like, actually out there, instead of keeping him, like, safe and all that. I just threw the king out there and actually made him a unit that actually took place in the fight. I didn't just keep him in the back, I actually threw my king out there intentionally, like, okay, here comes my king, come swing at him. And that was actually the strategy that actually got me to win a lot, because a lot of them had no choice but to put their pieces in jeopardy, and then my other pieces came in. Yeah. Fun fact. But it is true. A king without a queen doesn't have really a purpose to really, he can't run his kingdom, and he can't be the most fulfilled without his queen. The queen doesn't need nobody. Except those to get her what she desires. Like an attendant like Stetson. Because if it was up to me, I'd rather just feel like, you know what, let's change the strongest piece in the... Let's actually change the Hey, Angela. Hello. Hold on. Queen's Gambit. I never heard of Queen's Gambit, so I'm new here with that. Is that a discard? Damn it. See here. Darn it, please. Don't flip. Thank you. Oh. I don't have Netflix and I don't watch Netflix. In fact, funny enough, I don't really watch that much TV or TV shows, to be honest. I think that's just me. And I'm not going to be bagging on like Netflix and, streaming services, because I just don't use them. Many moons ago, back in the day, back when, before I was on YouTube, I never really paid for any kind of streaming service or DirecTV or anything like that. I just had internet and I just went on YouTube to watch what I wanted to. But oof. I mean, why pay more for something that you can just go onto YouTube and be like, oh, look at that, found it. Trophies. Besides, nowadays it sucks to the cable. Yeah, of course. And I mean, if you have it, if you're paying for it, yeah, it's best to use it. But if you're not using it, off with it. Toodaloo. Can save the Benjamins for something more important, I guess. Actually, I call him Frankie's instead. Okay, how'd this thing go again? So we have Dew Garnet and... Okay, where's the... Remember those bloodstone things. Sit. No, we're not gonna fall and make a hot mess. None of that. I mean, I have so many stone and crystal, these bead things, that sometimes I look at it and thinking, wait a minute, you're not what I think you are. Wait a minute, you are. And we have so many, you can't help but be like, wait a minute, are you a rose quartz or are you a piece of rose jade? There's a difference, by the way. Although they may do the same thing, they're made of different properties and components there to make it a piece of jade, quartz, and what have you. So they may have the same energy focus, but the way they go about it is different. So, okay. Oh my god, that was gonna sound weird if I said that. Oh, screw it. Kinkerdoodle. Same. I don't know what I come up with. My terms most of the time. Come on. No. Wrong way. Wrong way, honey. Get in there. There you go. No. There you go. Okay, milkshake. Boom. Okay, now two more. Now one more time. A lot better than the next time, please. A badoof. 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 I can't tell the many times that I made these things, and as soon as I, snip the unnecessary bit off, and as soon as I put it on, it decides to be like, you know what, I'm gonna explode and go all over the place. The amount of times this happened, yeah, I've gotten livid. Like, really? Time wasted for something that was a major upset. But that's enough, sticking beads through flex, squishy beading wire. Here. Watch Spanish soap operas. What's my favorite song at the moment? My favorite song. Oh gosh. I mean, most of this music that I listen to is usually the same thing over and over again. Because I'm somebody that is like, once I find something I like, I stick with it for a while. Then I go back to what I like after a long time. If you, let's see here. I don't know if you're able to look it up, but because I can't play in the background because YouTube be like, that's copyright. Useless. But anyway, if you look up the song "Love in Every Moment" by Hawailia Volkov, the solo edition, meaning that it's just her singing it, that's the one, and it's in Russian, so be prepared. And that song, I really love that song a lot, and I'm kind of agitated that they didn't release it on a CD, but they made a music video for it, but didn't put it on a bloody CD. Hawailia Volkov. It's here. Here. Nope, that's the wrong one. There we go. Okay, the way you spell her name is Julia Volkova, and then the song is "Love in Every Moment" solo version, and the channel that it's on is called Tattoo Official. Yeah, Tattoo. We're going back to my youth. Yeah, like 10 years, like more than 10 years ago. Holy my Lord, Lanta! 10 years ago, I actually at this time I would have graduated high school 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I graduated around this time. Yay! Boy, did I not know what I was getting into being an adult. A lot of headaches. And yes, it's supposed to sound Russian. There is no English version. And this is the version I prefer anyway, because the actual real original version of it, when it's all how it's supposed to be, in the song, just out of nowhere for some reason, the song is going, and then all of a sudden this guy that starts rapping in Russian comes in and just like, where the heck did you come from? What? Wait a minute. What? Where'd you come from? And then as soon as you try and figure out what the heck is going on here, where'd he come from? They're gone. He's gone. He's gone, and then Lena and Hawailia just start singing again. You're like, wait a minute, where the heck did this rapping Russian guy come from? He just came in and took the mic from you two, and then he just fled as fast as he came in. But the song itself, I love it. And I mean, it's actually you know what? I'm curious. I wonder if, I don't think, YouTube would be able to understand and being able to pick up on the fact that, if I'm actually technically singing in a different language. I don't think they're actually going to be able to really understand that they can, quote unquote, fetch copyright. How do you know? Do you guys know Russian? Do you know it's from a song? Yes, she was the girl that was the one with the black hair. Yep, that's the same one. Lena's the one with the orange hair. Yeah, Poelia is the one with the black hair. And yeah, she's the one that actually had to get her vocal, like she had to get her voice box and her right here on surgery. Yeah, but I don't think you're listening to the one that's just her. The one that's just her is the one that's the solo version on Tattoo Official. And that's the one that I like to listen to. I prefer that one. Because the guy that comes in rapping is like, you just ruined the song, dude. Oh, he's gone, thank God. Oh, hello, you two. But I mean, the other guy that's in the song too, the guy with the really inhumane, bright blue eyes. I mean, I will say this though. I like how his voice sounds all robotic and stuff. And I just have to say this. Dang. For a Russian guy, he's really talented with his mouth and he can move it in a lot of directions that I can't even do it that way. Like, wow, not bad. But it's a shame, that mouth's going to waste. Vulgar. Vulgar kid. What? It's true, though. It's wasted potential. Yeah, that's the one. The solo version, yeah, it should have a picture of her in the front, and then in the background you should see another silhouette of a guy. Yeah, and this was actually before, later on down the line, when her voice started to become more hoarse and all that, and more deeper, and struggling to sing. And another song that on her own, Huelia did come up with some songs that actually were catchy, like Woman All the Way Down. I will give that one credit, that's one. Another one was Rage, Found Love, The Night of Your Life, that's another one. There's another song called Out of Your League or something like that. And that song to me is catchy, and if I could have a theme song, that would probably, hold on. Here, let me fix this thing because it's driving me absolutely bonkers. Wakey, wakey, bloody hecky. Dang. Go. It's not that song's bad, it's just that the other guy that's singing with her kind of gets me like... It's just not the same without Lena, okay? I admit it. There, I said it. If it's not Lena, off with it. Away with it. Another song I like was Because of You in the Russian version. But, I mean, didn't want to do it. Oh my gosh. To be completely honest, of all the songs that Huelia has, Didn't Want to Do It is actually Lilith's favorite one that she likes. I did... Oh, well, that one's English, so I can't do that one. I mean, to be completely honest, is, I love him too, but not in the way that, having, like, attraction to it in that way. But hey, the advantage of having that viewpoint is this. Oh, good. Here comes the good part. I don't see them in a way that actually degrades them and brings them down and makes them feel lesser than they are. Good. I can't see them that way, because I see them as like, oh, a human being that deserves to be treated with love and respect and, be given a lot more consideration and, respect and dignity. While, nowadays men would be like, well, she's my wife. She has to do what I say. Are you sure? Are you sure, dude? Boy, if you're thinking that, you are in big whoopsie territory. Because the only thing that you're entitled to from her is to get slapped for your stupidity and thinking you're deserving of anything. If anything, she should be asking you, oh, you think you're fancy, huh? Why is that? Why do you think you're fancy, and why should I stick with you? What can you do, dude? Point of view? Not impressed, huh? Believe it or not, in India, if a woman was getting an arranged marriage, she had the final say over in India. Oh man, that turns the tables real quick. Who's the one in power now? Exactly. And funny enough, scientifically too, the woman, number one, scientifically, the woman is actually the one that can tolerate the most pain. Go figure. And whoever said that, women can't, women have to be protected because they can't defend themselves. Oh, honey bear, you have no idea what you just said. Do you know what happens when you make a mama bear mad? Yeah, that, whoops. Now you tell me that, a woman can't get, terrifying. And here's another one. Believe it or not, scientifically, the female brain for a human is smaller than the male. But here's the advantage of that. Because since it's smaller, the pathways, like the nerve pathways that the brain has, they're shorter. Because the brain's smaller. So that means females can retain information and usually remember stuff and recall information and have more intellect higher than the man. I said it to deal with it. They also live longer too, but that's none of my business. Wow, you're being sexist, man. No, I'm not. I'm being honest. I'm just saying for how it is. Oh, and here's another one. This is probably gonna make them mad the most. There's a saying that goes like, if man does not have a woman, he can never find God. Whoops. Did I just pinch a nerve here? Let me do it for an instant replay. If man does not have a woman, he cannot find God. And then just watch somebody be like, well, you can't get a woman either because you're one of them rainbow ones. Well, joke's on you, because now here's the other twist to it. That saying is actually pointing to as man needs another person, man needs partner, man needs other to find God. In order to find divinity, you need to have other, because other helps you see divinity on earth. And even also, too, going back to the masculine and feminine part, masculine can primarily and usually only sees what's in front of him on the 3D level. What does the feminine and the woman have that he doesn't? Intuitiveness. Oh, well, good. I'm so happy that, I'm breaking your loneliness. Good. Angry cat face. No. But the thing is, the woman that has what the man lacks is intuition and sense of actually emotional and that connection, and having that intuitive and instinctual effect, and being more in tune with the unseen. Oh, good. That's the point. Or primarily, my biggest intent is just to keep my mentor spirit alive by pretty much taking all that he put into my head and just throwing it out there. But yes, I mean, I kind of am somebody who likes to be there for those who have nobody, and pretty much the one that's there for those that are unwanted and outcasted. Because, believe it or not, fun fact, if you actually go towards somebody or help somebody that is unwanted or deemed an untouchable, or somebody who has an ailment and they have something that makes them quote-unquote ugly that everybody's like, about, if you actually go towards them as a friend and actually be very close and supportive and welcoming and accepting of them, I can guarantee you 100% this, 100% fact. That person who has been outcasted by everybody else and unwanted by everybody else, that person will probably be the best friend, if not the one that is willing to go tooth and nail for you compared to any other friend you have in your life. Fun fact, true fact. That's like the same thing about, like, say, if you're going to like a dog shelter or a humane society and there's an animal like a cat or a dog that nobody wants because it's, like, for example, if it's just discolored and it's not the prettiest to look at, while all the time other animals get adopted and all that, I can guarantee you, if you actually choose, yeah, and that's, like, for example, that cat, though, like, say it was discolored and it was not wanted by anybody else, over time, that cat does get that sense of, like, nobody wants me. But once it gets adopted by somebody and it's with its new caretaker, I say caretaker because I don't like saying a pet is owned by someone, that pet has a such stronger connection and bond with that one person that it's like intense. Same thing with a person. And really the good thing about being the one that's willing to go tooth and nail for another friend or somebody close to you when you've had nobody, the good thing about that is showing that to that other person that, whoa, you definitely are a friend back towards me, because really that friend that was giving you what you haven't been given before, which is that sense of acceptance and being appreciated and seen as vital, you're actually willing to go tooth and nail for that person who gave you that one thing you've never had and you've lacked it. Then that becomes your driving force. And when you have a driving force like that, best get out of the way, because yeah, that person will run you over like how Grandma got hit by that reindeer last year. And trust me, they kept going. They just kept going. They didn't stop. Hit and run, Santa. Good job, you fatty. Should have paid attention instead of cookie and milking and driving, dimwit. Hopefully Grandma had life insurance so that way she can come back again and try again next life. Oh, hi, Sidri. It is going pleasant. It's right now open floor for anything that decides to come in front of my face. Lee, within practical reason, don't be vulgar. None of that BS. Or, it's just not the time for that right now. No vulgarity stuff. Even though we're all ladies here, kind of. None of that. Oh, wait, today's the 1st, isn't it? Oh, bloody heck. Great, and I feel even more dim-witted. So that does remind me. Yeah, like open for, like, whatever questions for code or anything of the occult thing that people have to ask. Anything. That's what I mean by open for. Anything at all. Within reason. Which that does remind me. I do need to actually do the readings for this month. Bloody lovely. For like all the 12 signs. Majestic. Nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. In fact, being strict, here's the thing. The good thing about being strict is showing that you expect the best out of somebody. Not because, you want them to be, you want to be like, do what you're supposed to do and don't mess it up. But you know that you know that they have the potential to do it. And if you're strict, you know and you can see the potential. And actually, that's why I prefer to have somebody who's strict and expects the best. Because no matter what happens, if I put out the best that I can, if it is not up to par, they'll actually give me point blank on how to actually get it to that point and be point blank honest. I'd rather have that be like, no, you did okay. I'd rather have it be, no, what you did, it wasn't good enough. You suck. Try it again. Fix it. Whoops. Mystic Sisters, Oracle, and Deck of Goddess Archetypes. The only Goddess Oracle deck I have is this one. Oh, well. Yeah, good job. Yeah, they can totally read that. Dark Goddess. I'm actually planning on getting Oracle de la Nuit when it comes out. I am so excited for that one to come out. It was the same artist who did Tarot de la Nuit, and actually I was able to like respond to like her preview with it, and I told her how much I love the Queen of Cups in that deck, and she actually commented back to my comment on there saying like, oh my gosh, that comment made my day. About, because I was telling her like literally that Queen of Cups that you have in that deck literally is by far my favorite one. And same thing goes for that Seven of Swords and that Tarot de la Nuit. It is legitimately the best. Here, I'll get it out. In Tarot de la Nuit, this is it, by the way. Sacred Rebel. So that makes me think, oh, the Sacred Saturnian deck, the one that's like, nope, not doing it, nope. There we go. Literally. Yeah. Literally, this Seven of Swords, the first thing I think when I see it, I'm thinking, nope, I'm out, I quit. Or better yet, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? You want to go? You tell me you do not see that with this card. Like, look at her. She's like, you want to go? You want me to snatch your weave? You know, this thing in my hand, you think it's an apple, but it's somebody's, you know, nut. You want to go? Are you not entertained? You know, me taking out some guy's nut? Are you not entertained, dude? And then in the background, you see another woman be like, mistress, it was just a joke. Bring it! Literally. That is how I see the Seven of Swords. Like, nope, I'm out, or bring it. You think you're tough? Come on then. Swing at me, I dare you. That is a different way of looking at the Seven of Swords, as like a card being like sneaky and trying to be doing something shenanigans, or trying to be in a way that's kind of thievery or sneaky or kind of questionable in behavior. That one's more like in your face, or like, nope, I quit, I'm out, I quit, nope, don't even try and bring me back. Let's see, where's another one? There's another card in here that makes me go like, oh, okay, that's different. Let me see. There's one. But I mean, the Queen of Wands in this deck, I love it because she's like, BAM! Well, hello, Queen. It is so nice to see you, and you have lit up the whole room. Oh, and by the way, you tell me that... Here, I'm going to see if the camera will pick it up. You tell me that does not have focus, you dimwit. You tell me that does not look like Lena Volkov from Tattoo. Funny enough, we just spoke about her about a few minutes ago. Do you tell me that does not look like her? It does look like her. It's like, oh, Lena, how'd you get here? And where's Welia? Bloody heck. Never forget. Well, if you did forget her. Oh, and I like this one too. Alas, poor Yorick, I once knew thee as he who flames most, because this goes on fire. Alas, poor Yorick, I once knew thee as he who flames most, because thy's dead head now be alit. Really? That actually sounded pretty good and actually flowed well together. Alas, poor Yorick, I once knew thee as he who flames most, because your dead head is now lit. I don't even know what to say to myself sometimes. And funny enough, when I got this deck too, for some odd reason, I got 2 of the 9 of Cups in the deck. For some reason, I don't know how, but it happened. Oh, no, look. Here's definitely not a Buffy Vampire Slayer reference. Oh, look. It's that other Slayer, Faith. Literally. Oh, look, it's that other Slayer. The death card in this deck, I'm not really happy with. I'm not really woo about it. It's like, okay, I get it, but I get it though. And it's a pretty card, it's just it doesn't connect me as how it should be. This Queen of Swords, though, I love it. You know why? Because she's playing her sword like a cello. And funny enough, when you mix together the element of water and air, you get music. Oh look, she's playing her sword like an instrument. Oh, here we go. Here, King of Swords. Oh, definitely not a Blood Elf from World of Warcraft. Oh, you think you're slick, huh? Yeah, you ain't slick. I know where you came from. Blood Elf. Fun fact, that was actually the race I played the most when I played World of Warcraft. Oh, look. Oh, look, if it isn't a blonde Edward. Oh, God. Oh, he's sparkling, too. Oh, man. I'm gonna show that one in a second, too. And that one, too. I like that one. And also that one, even though some people are like, oh, okay. Oh, and also this Terrell de la Nude has a lot of Disney references. There's Cinderella. Funny enough. And also this deck, as well as also has the bonus card, the Angel de la Nude. And just like the Terrell Apocalypse, when it has the All Gifted, yeah, de la Nude has that one extra card. So it's a 79 card deck instead of a 78. Just for funsies. Which is good because it actually throws another curveball into the deck. But I mean, I like this deck anyway because it reads its own way. It's not like, it does have a wee little bit of an with Rider-Waite Smith to it, and then it just does completely something different. Like here, let me show you. Like the surprise, what in the heck? Where'd this come from? Here it is. Elsa, what the heck are you doing here? Are you telling us, maybe, you should just let it go about, trying to be all over the place. Because, yeah, that definitely is not Elsa from Frozen. Definitely not. Definitely not for her. And there's also a movie called Black Swan. There's the Black Swan. That's referenced. Let's see, where's another one that's... Oh, wait, there's another one in here that's referenced. It's, let me find it. Yep. And actually, in the Oracle de la Nuit, there is a card called the Snow Queen in there. And when I saw that card, I'm like, okay, can you release that Oracle now, please? Or are you still working on the artwork? Never mind. Never mind. And here's the Fate Sisters from Greek mythology, even though they're much younger. And they're on the Wheel of Fate for that one. And here's a not so very loud reference, but it's there. There's a Nightmare Before Christmas for you. There's the hill hump, and then, the moon behind, and then the figure. It's supposed to be curved down or whatever, but still, Nightmare Before Christmas reference right there. And here's another one, which was really into the future, though. Like, way in the future. Like, before the movie Cruella de Vil came out. Hey, look, isn't that like how Cruella de Vil kind of looked in the movie, in a way? Like, Cruella de Vil, how'd you get in here long before you had your movie? Epic foreshadowing. Definitely not. Sometimes things amaze me when that happens. Oh, here's one for the Little Mermaid. Do I save him or do I let him drown? I don't know. What should I do? Yeah. Little Mermaid in there. Oh, here we go. Here's the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland, but it's his girlfriend instead. Yep. And heck, there's even the rabbit. Mr. Rabbit. Mr. Rabbit. I'm late for a very important date. Yeah, right there.
Down at the bottom left. Are there any other? Oh, here's the Hermit, which is hinting at that witch to try to poison what's her name from Snow White. There you go. Oh, and Torello de la Nude? Yeah, planned. Because, funny enough, this deck is actually a very feminine-focused heavy deck. Because Torello de la Nude, Torello the Knight is a feminine energy. I think that one is... No. I thought that was representing someone else, but never wasn't. Okay, now I might as well just show the other two cards I pulled out. Here's the Devil of the deck, and a lot of people are thinking, oh god, it must be some kind of demon or something that must be monstrous or like intimidating and scary. Oh. It is not vulgar. It kind of, in a way, it does have a very strong Lilithian aspect to it, but it's not that bad. You can have one. Just choose your deck that calls to you. Yes, you can buy it yourself. You don't have to have somebody else buy it for you and be like, you can't do that. Well, I can do as I please. Thank you very much. There's the Angela de la Nude, which the card itself is supposed to represent a time or a situation where the unseen force that's protecting you throughout your life is telling you that your suffering in this situation is going to end, and you're actually going to be able to finally come out of this period. But to also not forget the hardship and pain that you've gone through, and actually use that as your lesson. That way, you'll be able to never encounter that hardship again. But here is the Queen of Cups of the deck. Literally, this is by far my absolute favorite Queen of Cups ever. Reason being, because... yeah, in a way, yeah. But in this Queen of Cups, though, she's facing the dark side, and she's still towards the dark, but she's seeing this lotus right there. And the lotus is actually the plant that's known to actually have to go through all the muck, the dirt, and the disgusting parts of the world, and push itself through to finally be able to bloom into what it is and what it's known for. And this lotus flower is actually pretty much picking her up out of the dark and going towards the light behind her. So it's essentially, this Queen of Cups is having immense faith into being revived towards something that actually made her be able to give her truest love unconditionally. She's being pulled out of the darkest points of like possibly being abused, neglected, and mistreated. She's being pulled out of that to be able to be loved again by that little lotus flower. Yeah, that's why I say not every tarot deck speaks the same. Every tarot deck is like speaking a different language, in my opinion. Some decks speak louder than others, and some speak in a way that is like, what in the world is this deck saying? Like, here. Here's another good example of that. The Definitely Not Walking Dead Tarot Z. Definitely not Walking Dead, because it's definitely not it. Here's the Seven of Swords of this deck. This Seven of Swords definitely does not look like, come at me, bro, or like, you know, I'm out. Nope, I quit. This one kind of looks like, oh shoot, I think we made the wrong move. And I hope that thing's walking away. But it looks like it has something that is taking away. It looks like it's taking something out of a room. I don't know what we should do. I'm kind of intimidated to go down this hall now, but it's in the distance. And the thing is, we don't know if that's a survivor or if that's somebody who's infected. And we don't know if they're actually coming right towards us with something, or they're going the other way. We don't know. We're stuck in a situation where we have no idea what to do. Different from that Toro de la Nute saying, nope, I quit, you want to go? Well, you want to take a swing, dude? Definitely completely different. And actually, if you remember the devil in De La Nute, here's the devil from this deck. And I just had to have my voice crack right there. I'm going to assume you never heard that. Look at this devil. Well, good Lord Lanta. That is a different kind of a devil. We have this devil being like, oh, okay. Pretty much punishing and causing those to suffer. But here's the thing. We can possibly assume that all these people that are down here suffering and being tormented, all those people may have had something to do with the virus outbreak. And they're being punished for causing the infection to spread throughout all of mankind and ruining mankind. So they're being punished for it. And they're getting their just desserts in a very cruel way, as an example. Let's see, where's another card that I can actually show that's pretty different? Oh, here's a good one for the Seven of Cups. Oh, look, Woozy Woo. There is a place of safety right there. No, it's not. He's still in a cemetery. And how the Eight of Cups is a card of actually leaving something behind. Because it just wasn't real, or you had to leave something and let go. Here's a different way of the Eight of Cups. This one, you actually have a woman figure jumping on the back of a man figure. And as far as we know, we don't know if she's infected. And the man, we don't know if he's infected too. We just know that the woman figure behind him is jumping on his back, holding on to him for dear life. As far as we know, this could be an Eight of Cups of having the need to not let something go that you cherish. That's a new way of looking at Eight of Cups, though. Let's see, where's another one? Oh, I know a perfect card if I see it when it pops up. Where is it? Where is that one card? It's funny though. But this death card though, look at this death card. Oh my good Lord Lanta dude, it sucks to be that guy because look, he's getting grabbed by the face by death. Like, oh, my good sir, it sucks to be you, dude. Hope you know you're ready to go and transform into your next thing that you're gonna be turning into. Hope you're ready. If you're not, well, oh well. Whoopsie. Oh, here's that card I was talking about. Here we go. I clearly do not give no wooey woo about nothing. I'm gonna play my fiddle, and I don't care if there's two poochies behind me that are willing to, pounce on me any seconds. I give no it's about nothing. I'm just gonna be playing my strings, because she's playing a violin. In the middle of a zombie apocalypse, not giving no She's just playing her strings. Not giving no And this is the moon card. Not giving nothing, not giving a care about anything else, but wants to play the fiddle. Being completely aloof about everything else, but not feeling anything to make her stop playing. This Nine of Swords, though. Yeah. And by the way, he's pulling a dead body that has been decapitated by the foot. Creepy deepy doo. Here's the He Who font. Yeah, I call him the He Who font. Yes, they are. Because actually, funny enough, the cold is an environment where I thrive in. I do much better in the cold than the heat. If I'm too hot, I'm like, ugh, nope. I'm sweating. I cannot do anything. I have to cool down. Let's see, what else? Is there another card in here that's kind of like different? Let's see. Oh, I know one. Let's see if I can find it. Or did I just pull it out of the deck? Nope, that was the different one. Oh, there it is. And after this, it's 10 o'clock. I have to get ready to go to sleep because I work in the morning. So, here's three that are different. The Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, indulgence. Back off, fat man. No.
Back off, fatty. Hey, fatty, move it. Hey, Carbon, I found your brother. Wait, that's not my brother. Uh-huh.
Yeah. literally. And also, that's also referencing from Left 4 Dead's Boomer zombie, the one with the, has a little bit of extra room, and if you shoot him, he goes kaboomy and gets everything nasty. Here's the High Priestess. Literally, probably one of the best High Priestesses I've seen. Ever. The best. And then, of course, the last one, best for last, is actually my card. Queen of Cups again. But now this depiction of the Queen of Cups is very sad. Because she has, like right here, like from her elbow down, she doesn't have it. It's like ripped off. And she, in her torso, gets cut off from like right here. And she's pretty much just laying down in blood. So, yeah, in this depiction, the Queen of Cups is actually somebody who's willing to sacrifice their whole physical being and everything they have for the one that they love. And they're willing to let themselves bleed out and slowly kill themselves to have others or their significant other be able to continue on and actually have a life that they deserve. Because this depiction, if you notice, there's two man hands, one here and one there. And he's actually closing the coffin on her to finally put her to rest. And that's actually his wife, based on the guidebook. And yeah, that card's sad. But because of her sacrifice, because she, at least to how it was described, she actually willingly pushed her husband out of the way of a vehicle coming towards him. And the vehicle actually caught her in a position where she got like pinned, and her whole right arm got like severed off, and like the other right half of her body just went with the two. So that was all that was left. And while trying to get her free, she got bit. So he carried her down to like a mausoleum and actually laid her to rest. And as soon as he closed the tomb for her and sealed it, that's when she turned and began screaming and yelling and yeah. Based on the Tarot Z guidebook, yeah, it was a very sad thing to read, but that's just, sometimes that's what you do for somebody you love. You get them out of harm's way and you take the hit for them, even if it's lethal. Because yeah, she was still bleeding, at least by the depiction. But that is really true love, willing to put yourself in the way of something that can severely hurt someone you love, and you take the hit instead, even if it might kill you. True story. But nonetheless, though, I'm going to sign off here, and I will be continuing to add more to the members video stuff if you choose to join up for it. I believe the join button's on now anyway. There is already one thing uploaded for Necromancy, just to kick it all off. And there are going to be more things being uploaded as time goes on. So keep your eyes open if you decide to become a member. And once I actually do get members going, I don't care, Facebook, stop being stupid. Thank you. And when I start actually getting more members, I'll actually start doing the candle, like the spell candle intention for the month and all that. So no, go backwards. Click the wrong button. Stop it. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we're all good there. So if you're gonna be on the will you knock that off? Thank you. So if you do become a member and you only see that one video, trust me, there's a lot more coming, and there's a lot that I've already filmed. Just, it takes a long time to get them uploaded. Because YouTube's like, we want to make sure it's HD. No, just put the simple quality up, you dimwit, first. Then make it all woozy-wooey later. Bloody dimwit. But anyway, I'm going to fly away, and I will see you guys tomorrow, and more than likely I will be going live at my place of work again, like I did earlier, so we will all go from there. So